This week we're in a place where it's easy to feel small.
Here you can stand amongst giants that have seen empires fall, revolutions unfold, and history change again and again.
They say you should grow where you're planted, but I think they take it too seriously over here.
And if you ever wanted to feel like an ant for the day, well, this is a good place to be.
This week we're in a place I really wanted to see since I'm a little kid.
And it's gonna be huge, literally. It's time for Tourist to Local to take the great outdoors. We've seen some really cool spots around the world, but sometimes the best ones are right in your own backyard.
That's why we have a weekend full of hiking, camping, and beautiful spots to see.
Travelers, welcome to Sequoia National Park.
Home of the biggest trees in the world.
In a world obsessed with progress, there's something refreshing about a place that refuses to change for you. The trees were here first, and they'll be here long after we're gone. Sequoia National Park was the second national park established in the USA, and today it receives over 1 million visitors each year.
It's located in the southern end of the Sierra Nevadas, just a 2.5-hour drive from Yosemite, where the weather, elevation, and climate creates the perfect conditions for the 8,000 sequoias here to survive. So we should be able to survive here too, right? I mean, we traveled the globe, braved foreign street food, and slept in airports this year. Camping, well, I'm sure we can figure this out.
Yeah, we know how to pitch a tent.
Good morning, travelers. Oh my goodness. We are waking up bright and early today because we have a lot up our sleeves.
It was very dark whenever we get out of the tent.
Yeah, super dark. We got up at 5 because we wanted to be here at Moro Rock for sunrise.
The camera cannot really tell the truth about the colors that we're watching right now.
This is a very short trail, just one of many that we're going to be doing on this trip, but it is a lot of stairs. Are you ready for this?
More ready.
I think this will wake us up more than the instant coffee we had this morning.
Probably. This is a very, very popular attraction. It gets very busy on weekends especially. So that's why we wanted to come over here very early to be one of the first ones over here.
Our Patreon member, Adria, who's been with us for years, she let us know a ton of tips for coming here when she found out we were coming. The most helpful of which is that the parking situation here can be really, really crazy. Actually, in summer, on the weekends, they don't even let you come up here with your car. You have to take a shuttle. But luckily, we are a few weeks away from summer, so on weekends, we are still able to drive up here, but I do imagine that parking lot gets really, really crazy.
Of stairs. It's difficult to do this and talk at the same time. Oh well, I think we're almost there.
We made it!
That was an amazing view, and it's not hard. I mean, it's 15 minutes if you don't stop.
Yeah, I think actually going down was harder. My legs are shaking right now.
Mine as well.
So we know that this park has some very big rocks, but I think what we're all here to see is the very big trees.
Of course. So let's check on that.
Yeah.
And this is Tunnel Log, a giant tree that fell in 1937.
And instead of getting rid of it, they figured, why not make a tunnel out of it? I feel like this tree has done more for traffic control than in most cities.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we just saw a black bear and its mom in the distance over here. That's
crazy. It's over in there.
Juliana discovered some.
I see it. It's right there. It's right there. The little baby right there. Wow. Martín really wanted to see a bear.
Oh my God.
Whoa, do you guys see? Wow, what a morning. Geez, that's crazy. We were really talking so much about what to do if we see a bear. They say that there's black bears here, and I never expected to see one that close.
And look, this hill, you know the name? Bear Hill.
Oh my God.
Of course.
We should have known. It's a freaking
Wow.
safari out here, mi amor.
It is a safari.
Oh my God.
Mira ese.
Wow.
Juliana said something very important about these trees. Whenever you see it far away, it's like, it's not as big. But then whenever you are next to it, then you realize how big they are.
I mean, we're so close, but still, when you get even closer, it's crazy.
At some point we were driving and it's like, I don't know, we feel like we're in Disney.
Yeah, I don't know why we feel that way, but like, it's something about the way the trees almost look animated.
Exactly, like a thematic park, something that it was constructed to be like that, but it's not. This is nature.
Wow. So in front of the Giant Forest Museum, there's this huge tree called the Sentinel, and Martín and I are just over here gawking at it. And in front, they have this thing, this long line that shows you actually, if you were to climb it, how long it is, right? But we're just reading that this tree, even though it's 2,200 years old, it's average. This is nothing compared to other things in this forest. And now I am curious.
We decided to stop by the Giant Forest Museum, a free attraction in the park. Because hey, we figure we can learn a thing or two. But I'm not sure what they put in the air here, because we walk out absolutely obsessed with sequoias. Seriously, these trees are way cooler than we ever imagined. It made us even more observant of our surroundings as we walk Big Tree Trail afterwards.
The first thing you notice, even before the size, is the color. That orange-red bark is pretty different than the other trees in the forest. But get closer. Go ahead, touch it. It's not what you expect. That bark is spongy and thick, and that's for a reason we'll get into in a second.
It's incredible these things are even here, because sequoias only grow on a narrow strip of land on the west slope of the Sierra Nevadas, where the elevation, temperature, and soil moisture are just right. It's a little 260-mile long, 15-mile wide slice of heaven. These trees can grow up to 350 feet tall and 25 feet wide, and live to be more than 3,000 years old.
So for scientists, these things are like time capsules. Each one holds centuries of data within the bark about the climate and fires that have swept through the area. Fire, by the way, is no enemy here. The trees actually need it to survive. Fires clear the ground around them so that their seeds can germinate, and without that, they don't stand a chance. In fact, most rings in the bark show that fires sweep through naturally every 6 to 35 years. So how come these guys haven't burned down?
That bark, the one that is all soft and spongy, is 18 inches thick and is both fire resistant and insulates the inside of the tree from heat.
So yeah, we thought sequoias were cool before, but touching something that you realize has lived through empires, revolutions, and everything in between, it reminds you how small we really are. But that's the point, isn't it?
Wow, look at that. Look at that log over there. It doesn't look that big, but just in comparison, I'm gonna be next to it so you can see how big it is.
Oh my God, mi amor, you have to hug this tree. Whoa.
Wow. Te quiero mucho, arbolito. Arbolote.
Jesus.
This place is amazing. We cannot stop taking pictures and videos because every single, a couple of steps, you see another amazing tree. Look at this. This is a very important trip for me because I always wanted to come over here. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with the giant sequoias because of computer game that it's called, well, it was called El Mapa del Pequeño Aventurero, like the map of the little adventure guy. And it was telling a lot of facts about different places. And from California, you always press the big tree, the sequoia, and it shows you a little bit about that. And I was fascinated by the tallest trees in the world. So I always wanted to come over here And now living 4 years in United States, in California, I always wanted to come over here. So this is a dream come true. My little kid inside of me is very happy.
I think this might be our favorite spot so far on our West Coast road trip we're doing.
Interesting. It's very, very interesting. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, what an unexpected hike. We didn't expect to do that one today.
No, but it was beautiful. I was fascinated. I told Juliana about how close we are to the nature, you know?
Yeah, we saw some deer fighting. But you know what, guys? Classic Juliana and Martín style. Our anxiety was very high that whole hike because yes, it was nice to have no one around, but also we would have really liked to have someone around because we were just thinking about bears the whole time.
And because there was a fire a little bit earlier this year, there's a lot of things that they look black,
Yeah.
like the bears.
Yeah, exactly. So it's easy to
Some
get
locks.
spooked.
Exactly.
So we're on our third hike of the day already, and it's 10 a.m. Look at us, Martín. We are doing this outdoorsy thing really well.
Oh yeah.
We've seen big rocks, we've seen big trees, and now we want to see a waterfall. We're heading on Tokopah Falls Trail.
This hike is a 3.8 mile out and back, and the piece out here, it sticks with you. It forces you to notice the little things, the sound of the wind, the crunch of leaves underfoot, your own breath as you slow down for the first time in who knows how long.
If we've done our job right, by now you're thinking, yeah, I want to go there. And you probably have some questions. Let's answer them. First up, when is the best time to visit? May and September are your best months. The crowds are thinner and the weather is just right. We went in September and loved it. If you're planning to camp, just make sure you book your spot a few months ahead of time. This place fills up very fast and we'll be sharing our campsite just in a bit. But if you're just here for a day, no worries. You don't need a reservation. Just show up and pay your entrance fee and you're good to start exploring.
Now, if you're like us and want to make videos, there's one catch. You need permission from the park to film here. So we had to get a permit to show you all these stunning spots, and there were even a few places we couldn't film. So to make up for that, head to our blog. We've got a free map that includes every place we show in this video and more, and it's available to download for offline use for when you don't have signal in the park. With Tourist or Local, we're all about making it easy for you guys. Now, shouldn't we be seeing that waterfall by now?
Well, we've been hiking for about, what would you say, an hour?
Yeah. And it turns out not everything over here is big.
Yeah. The people who were passing by us kept telling us that the waterfall is actually, it's not visible right now because there's so little water. So we really want to make sure we have a lot of time at our campsite because we just want to enjoy nature, and we're filming a Q&A video. So we decided to turn around, have some lunch. I think that's a better plan.
It's a good idea.
And you know, this is a really, really beautiful walk still. Right along the river, we saw a little bit of a river. But tomorrow we have a really big hike, so we're saving our energy for that. And what do you say? Should we have some lunch, honey, back at the campsite?
I'm starving.
I think that this is a perfect time for the sunroof.
Look at that.
Well, we made it to camp. Oh my gosh, I am so happy we're staying here.
You don't have an idea for how long we were waiting this moment.
I know. So, backstory for you guys. We decided to plan this trip 2 months ago. And when you're planning trips to national parks in California, like I'm talking Yosemite, there's no last minute stuff like that. You can't do that. Sequoia was completely booked, and so many people overlook Kings Canyon.
That's right.
And there were so many spots available.
And it's only 45 minutes to 1 hour to Sequoia National Park, so it's easy to just go between those two places.
We walked through a couple campgrounds today, actually, and I am really happy with the one we have here because there's so much shade, these huge boulders, things are like spaced apart really nicely.
Clean bathrooms.
Yep. And it's called Azalea Campground. What a great find. I'm loving it here. We got our tent set up. We got our little chairs, a new table. We got you got a new Yeti cooler that you're super excited about.
She gave it to me for my birthday.
Yes, slightly for both of us, but yeah. And we're just having a blast here. You know, you guys, you've seen us over the years. We pack our itineraries full of things, and we're mostly exhausted by the end of the day. So it's very important for this trip that we have some time to just spend chilling at our campsite. That's all I want.
Oh yeah. We both have our books over here. Juliana cannot wait to have s'mores later on. And yesterday night, I cannot tell you how beautiful all the stars were looking amazing.
It was incredible. Of course, we could have done 5 million more hikes, but we're already at 18,000 steps today. And I think I just really wanted to enjoy this. This is the thing. This is the thing that we are here to do, camp.
Nature.
Yeah.
Very early.
Yes, and there are a couple places left to see in Sequoia National Park. And this one might be the one where we've been looking forward to most, right?
That's right. We want to see this place so bad, and we thought that we're gonna be the first ones, but still, like, there's a couple of people already over here.
Yeah, so let's hit the trails.
Behold the biggest tree on earth. There's taller trees, and there's also widest trees. One that is widest, the widest in the world, actually is in Oaxaca, Mexico. But this one, by volume, is the biggest in the world, and it's just impressive to be next to it.
It's crazy. You're like walking down this trail and all of a sudden this massive giant appears. It's incredible.
Still there.
Anyway, a lot of people miss Congress Trail, which is actually connected to this. So we came here. It was very, very easy because it was all downhill.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder whenever we go up.
But Congress Trail apparently is really cool too. There's a lot of cool members of Congress we need
Mi
to
amor,
see.
we have an appointment with the Congress members.
I know, finally, we're making our political debut. Let's do it.
Vamos.
The Congress Trail is a 2.9-mile loop among some of the tallest groves in the park. It's called Congress Trail because the trees are named after members of the Congress.
Look, Mom and Dad, I finally met the president.
And check it out. It's a Senate that's really making an impact.
This could be your new home.
This is crazy. I think this one's more impressive than General Sherman.
There are places that make you feel big, and this isn't one of them. But standing under these trees, looking at something you hope will be here long after you go, suddenly you don't mind.
We drive right into the sun, and summer was round the corner, forever young. I get lost in your eyes, longing to belong, and it felt like California. Here we come, here we come, here we come, here we go.
Definitely one of the most beautiful, if not the one most beautiful place in California.
What do you think your favorite part of the weekend was?
Honestly, doing the trails, maybe watching the bear, even though it was a little scary, it was fun.
I think Congress Trail is my favorite. Seeing this place as the light comes in, incredible. I think our SD card and my phone will have so many pictures of trees. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them all.
The only thing that we can recommend you is if you have pictures with your phone, put it in 0.5 because
Yeah.
otherwise they don't fit.
Exactly. And you guys, like we mentioned before, we only had a permit to film in some locations, so definitely check out our blog because we're gonna be listing a ton more places that you
Right.
have to check out when you're here that we couldn't film.
But remember that our West Coast road trip continues. We're going south.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned. We've left a video over to the side for you guys to keep watching our adventures. So long.
Travel well.
Make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time.
Bye.